Part two now of our interview with the 5 candidates vying for Indian Wells City Council. In your opinion, what is the biggest issue facing Indian Wells? And if elected, how do you plan to address that issue? Doug Hansen.
Well, Peter, it's more than just one, but since our time is limited, let's start out with where Craig left off. And that is what we've got to do is we got to balance a budget so that at least during this COVID crisis, so that we can maintain going forward. That's one of the key issues that we're going to be dealing with. The second key issue that we're going to be dealing with is the affordable housing project. We'll have to get that underway by 2021, no question about it. Otherwise, the state's going to come in, take our property, take the $21 million in reserve. We must, in the budgeting process, maintain our police force at its current state. I don't think we should begin thinking about defunding the police in any way. We need it. And thirdly, we've got to get the shopping center where Ralph's was, get it rented, if you will. And of course, we've got to work with the operator of the golf resort in order to help them get the golf resort at least a minimum break even, and hopefully profitable going forward.
Donna Griffith.
There are many issues that are important to the city of Indian Wells. Of course, our budget is very important. We have created a COVID-19 budget that is on track and really is helping the city get through this time, as I said earlier. Affordable housing is number one. We need to meet the challenge of the state mandated affordable housing directive, which we need to put into a plan to meet that challenge. Of course, dealing with the golf resort, yes, is always an issue, but I would say that there's an old proverb that says a vision without action is a daydream and action without vision is a nightmare. So it's important for us to put together a long-term plan that includes economic development, a plan to draw business to the city of Indian Wells, and a plan to have hopefully development here in Indian Wells that's done with a long-term action plan created in a mindful and thoughtful manner. And I think that I'm the person who can do that for the city of Indian Wells. Thank you.
Kimberly Music.
Well, again, luckily I have had 4 wonderful years being on council, and all of the issues that we are addressing here, we've already have everything in the works. We have been balancing the budget. We just have revised it again to where we're planning on seeing still a $40 million in our capital budget. And I have to tell you that I work well with the city manager, the staff, the council members, our residents. And yes, all these issues, the main thing is just keeping our city healthy, and not only healthy, but healthy financially. And I think our council has done that, and I want to continue that momentum. So again, I had over 33 years in this wonderful valley, and I feel strongly that we're going to keep the momentum going and keep us healthy, safe, and just again, we're not going to be cutting police or fire. We're going to address the Ralph Center. We're going to work on increasing the revenue within, whether we add 1 hotel or 2 hotels or condominiums. And yes, we're going forward with our affordable housing project. So again, I just thank you everyone for these past 4 years, and I'm hoping that you'll vote for me in the next 4. Thank you.
Greg Sanders.
Thank you again, Peter. As I said in my opening statement, I think the city is facing some very serious financial issues owing to the pandemic. About 70% of the city's budget in terms of revenue is dependent upon tourism. Tourists pay transient occupancy tax. They pay a great deal of the city's sales tax revenues. They pay admissions tax to the tennis garden. We don't know when the pandemic will end. And we have, the city has a budget that will carry it through the remainder of this fiscal year. But we need to plan beyond that because, again, we don't know when the pandemic will end. And we don't know about the changes in behavior of tourists and whether or not they're going to flock back to Indian Wells in the numbers that we've witnessed in the past. So that, first and foremost, is a very serious issue. In terms of budgeting, we have to look at priorities. Public safety, that is police, fire, and paramedic service, has to be the highest priority. The affordable housing project was mentioned. I have to tell you, I am adamantly opposed to the affordable housing project. I think it's the wrong project in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm not opposed to affordable housing, but I am in favor of good planning.
And Kathy Strong.
Thank you. I think that Greg just outlined some of the major projects that we have to be looking at in the near future. These are problems, but they're problems that we can face. But as he also said, to recover economically, we really have to look at our economic foundation, which is tourism, which is why I'm here. My work locally with the Greater Palm Springs, TVB, the tourism marketing organization for the Valley, has made me acutely aware the importance of tourism in our Valley, especially in Indian Wells. I know what we need to do is work strategically to bring those people back to our premier luxury destination. And it can be done. It won't happen overnight and it won't be easy, but we need to have a great plan to do that. The travel that sustains our large resorts is not going to be returning for possibly 2 years, maybe longer. So we need to pivot our marketing and look at a wider drive market. We also need to show people that we are a safe destination. We're working on that now, but we need to do more to do that. We have everything they're looking for, luxury amenities, family, romance, but we have a wonderful idyllic escape, what other areas don't necessarily do. Travelers are now looking for those things. And if we have the right marketing approach, we can get them here. I know we can.
All right. Thanks to all 5 of you for speaking with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.